Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Today we're going to be talking with our friend from the Better Business Bureau on a happy holidays. I wish we could say the day, but we can't because this doesn't air on the exact day. But Tiffany, welcome back to the show. How are you doing today?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being back on. Today we're going to be talking about those Santa apps. Are they safe? You better check twice. Okay, that's the best I got. It is the holiday season, and a lot of people like to check in on Santa for various reasons. Don't know why this time of year. But you know, there's certainly technology is great because you're able to interact with Santa a little bit easier. But it might not be Santa on the other side.
There's a lot of apps out there right now that allow you to track Santa's sleigh on Christmas Eve, send him your wish list. I even have one on my phone where I can put Santa in my living room delivering the gifts and show the kids that he was there. So before you download these apps, you want to know what you're downloading. That's the key. Know what you're downloading because they're all not safe.
You didn't give me, you better do your homework, Jeremy.
Better do your homework, Jeremy.
There we go. All right, so let's look into kind of the overview of, and you could use this, apply this to any app that you get, but look at the privacy policy and give it a good, you say skim? Probably should look into this one a little, just a tiny bit.
It's similar to when you're purchasing on a website. What information is the app capturing? And all that information is going to be in the privacy policy. What are they capturing and what are they doing with your personal information? Are you comfortable with that? If you're not comfortable with it, don't download the app. Find something else.
What if there is no privacy policy like in place at all? Is that a good thing?
No. Oh. If there's no privacy policy, that should be a red flag that there could be something wrong with the app and maybe it has other things in it that may compromise your device. Go ahead and look for something that does have a privacy policy.
All right. How about learn what personal information is collected? Tough one.
Yep. So the personal information, it kind of goes back to the last question that we had. What are they collecting? What are they doing with it? They should tell you what they're doing with it and what they're collecting. If you're not comfortable, again, don't download the app.
Well, and I think I'm glad you repeated that because you really got to think about when you're downloading an app. And I like to check into some of the comments before I'm downloading it, like see what people are saying about it. Check the ratings, whatever, but more importantly, see if anybody's made any comments like, hey, I downloaded this and now I'm getting like ads up the wazoo. Not a good thing.
And ads are something that a lot of these free apps include, that you're going to get ads that pop up and they're going to be showing content. You may or may not be comfortable with that content around your young kids. Know about that. There may be in-app purchases in that app too, where in order to go further, you have to pay $1.99 or whatever they want you to pay.
Man, we wouldn't even shake our head for $1.99, like before. But now, oh my God, $1.99 to play this free game? No way! I pick fun at this, but it's all true. I mean, these are things that you really got to look out for, and especially if you're handing this over to a kid. Like, you don't want to be surprised or having them be able to click on that and open you up to things you didn't even think you knew.
And what other data are they sharing about themselves? Are there questions that'll ask the child, what do you want for Christmas? Or how old are you? Those are all things that you want your child sharing that with somebody that you don't know.
And on that front, with a child, setting permission requirements is a good thing to check into and learn more about on your device, whatever that device is. But why in the certainty of app and downloading an app, why do we want to check into that?
Many of these apps will have permissions on them. Is it suitable for children 8 and under or 13 and younger? What is the permission you want to set? How long do you want to give the child to access that app? Do you want them to be able to play more than 30 minutes? There's different permissions and it's always going to vary on the app. So each app is going to be different.
Yeah, and don't assume just, an app's an app's an app, because it doesn't work that way, and kids don't care. When they're on there, they don't care what they're clicking on or doing. They just like, oh, this is fun, and they just keep going deeper and deeper and deeper until next thing you know, you're in trouble.
And I think all of us are guilty of that too,
100%.
where, we go ahead and download it. One of the beauties of the iPhone is that a parent is able to preview the app for a child before they go ahead and download that app on their own device. So if you do have an iPhone, it's a little bit of a treat to have that little trick that you can use to quickly, take a peek at that.
I dare to ask you this, but free apps?
Free apps aren't they're not always good. A lot of them will have ads that they'll serve you. It may be inappropriate content. It may have extra charges involved. It may lead you to a subscription service. It may not even be legitimate. If it's free, is it designed to go ahead and put malware and spyware on your device? You don't know that. That's why it's so important to go back and read that fine print.
Think before you download.
Always.
That's the magic to all this. Makes it worth checking into. Slow down, think about what we're doing, and then proceed.
Do your homework on the app.
Oh, nailed it. Nailed it. Sorry.
My kids are always putting something in front of me. Mom, can I have this game because my friend has this game? Well, just because your friend has the game doesn't mean that it's a good app to have.
I've never considered the fact that, given the job that you're in, your kids must have a hard time getting to access to their devices in many different ways.
Sometimes.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you want to learn more about the apps, there's a lot of great literature, information on just the apps themselves, what they're doing, behind the scenes things. But anything that we talked about today, or you just want to get yourself educated, how can you do that?
Head on over to bbb.org. If for some reason you have downloaded an app that you find that it's illegitimate or that there's a problem with it, you can go ahead and report that to us too via our scam tracker tool, bbb.org/scam tracker.
One of the fastest way to figure out if your Santa app's not working right?
He's not delivering you gifts?
Well, that's really actually better than mine. I was going to say if he left before Christmas Eve, is already delivering presents and it's not the Christmas day, no matter what part of the world. Just saying.
True.
Oh, you got me on that one. All right. Happy holidays to you. Thank you so much for everything.
Thanks for having me.